This is Joy Foote. Welcome to Pine Mountain, then and now. Today's story takes us back to a simpler time, when Christmas lists were circled in the Sears Roebuck catalog, and somehow Santa Claus managed to make his deliveries through the Western Auto Store right here in Pine Mountain. My guest, though she might protest being called that, is someone I'm so delighted to feature. Her name is Charlotte Smith Winsness, and if you're from around here, you've probably heard her name connected to the Chipley Women's Club or the Daughters of the American Revolution. Charlotte is also a wonderful genealogist. She even helped me track down a World War II veteran's story not too long ago. She was born right here in Pine Mountain Valley. Her dad was a civil engineer with Georgia Tech who worked on the valley's rural projects, and her mother, Ruth, came down from Atlanta in 1935 as one of the settlers. After many years of living in Atlanta with her husband, John, Charlotte returned home in 1996 to the very same house where she grew up. Charlotte isn't one for the spotlight, but she graciously agreed to share something very special with us. Years ago, she wrote a book called Long Ago Stories, just for her sons, a collection of memories about growing up in the valley during a kinder and simpler time. It was never published, but I promise you it should have been. Today she's going to read one of those chapters, a heartwarming Christmas story called Santa Lives at Western Auto. So pour yourself a cup of cocoa, settle in, and let's travel back to the 1940s and 50s when the magic of Christmas could be found right here in Pine Mountain, behind the doors of a little store called Western Auto.
When the colorful leaves of fall drifted to the ground and the cold winds began to whistle through the pines, the lights would stay on a little longer in the evenings and were a little brighter at Western Auto in Chipley. Every little kid knew that Santa lived there because the window displays would feature toys and a decorated Christmas tree. All the other stores would close early, as was the case in all small towns, but the bright lights at Western Auto were a beacon in the dark. Along about the same time, the Christmas wish book would arrive through the mail from Sears Roebuck and Company. My cousins and I would pore over the book day after day, looking at all the toys, trying to decide which ones we wanted to put on our own Christmas list. The anticipation of which toys to ask Santa for was even more exciting than actually receiving the toys on Christmas Day. As December neared, Daddy and I would search in our woods for the best cedar tree to cut for our own Christmas tree. When it was cut down, carried to our house, set up in the living room, and decorated, it became a waiting game for the big day. My Christmas list disappeared, and with it, the wish book. Secrets were whispered between Mama and Daddy. Unbeknownst to me, orders were mailed to Sears, and Daddy visited town more often without me. On Christmas morning, I would awaken to bright lights shining into my bedroom from the reflection of the Christmas tree lights, and the sound of wind-up toys dancing around the living room. Mama and Daddy said that Santa had come in the night. I found out as I grew up that Sears and Western Auto were partners, and any orders placed through the Sears catalog would be mailed to the local Western Auto store in rural areas for pickup. Just about anything we needed in clothing, etc., we ordered from Sears and picked the order up at Western Auto. I recently read that only one Western Auto store is still open, and it is in Tennessee. Without those stores all across America in the years following the Depression, residents of rural areas would have had to do without many things they needed and wanted, especially at Christmas.
This episode is brought to you by Dakota's Counter, right on Broad Street. It's one of my favorite spots in town. They've always got something good on the menu, and their sandwiches are so delicious. And if it's one of those, I don't feel like cooking nights, their fresh takeaway meals are a perfect solution. Stop in, say hello, and let Dakota's Counter do the hard work. We've got a full weekend of Christmas happenings here in Pine Mountain. Saturday, December 6th, kicks off with the Christmas parade at 11 a.m., and if you stick around afterwards, you can catch the pet parade at noon, along with children's activities, a live nativity, and plenty of that small town sparkle. Then on Sunday, December 7th, from 2 to 5, join us in the John Willis Ballroom for the annual Community Christmas Party. Bring an unwrapped toy if you can. Every gift helps make Christmas a little brighter for local kids who need it this year. Special thanks to Charlotte Winsness for sharing her Christmas story. The Christmas music came from Pixabay, and Silly Bug Studios continues to provide its beautiful art and music for the show. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you around town.